Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Chai, my people, wonder they say shall never end. Hey, on our Senate President AKPABIO don't carry come again. Oh, hey, he said that the killers of the 16 soldiers are not Nigerians, but mercenaries. Hey, and they know very well, they have not even done any investigation. They went ahead and burned down the Okuama's community, and also many were killed. And yesterday, I posted a video where the eyewitnesses were, explaining what they saw and what really happened. And many people are saying that they are lying, that where is the video evidence, blah, blah, blah. Like, how do you people even think? Like, when these things are going on, when soldiers were shooting people, so somebody will stand there and be videoing them or what? When the first video appeared on the internet where the soldiers were saying that a youth of Okuama's community killed 16 soldiers, they didn't even tell us how they burned down the community as well as killing many people. They just said their own side of story. So right now, these people, they have come out to say, okay, this is what happened, and you guys are saying that they are lying. So you believe soldiers that, okay, nothing just happened, and then the youth of that community just killed soldiers just like that. Nobody is justifying like how our gallant soldiers were killed. What Nigerians are requesting is for them to do like thorough investigation and fish out those that are involved in this barbaric act. Even though that, okay, something like this happened, they're supposed to do like a thorough investigation before they will take any action, because poor masses cannot suffer what they don't know about. Like innocent people cannot suffer what they don't know about. So here is a Rufai as well as Dr. Abati. They really spoke through to the power as well as minds of many Nigerians concerning this matter, and also many questions Nigerians are asking, especially what is our soldiers doing in Okuama's community? Like, are they the ones that are supposed to settle the dispute between communities? So let's just listen to them and I will be right back.
Right. Well, that's the latest development. Rufai, still a lot to take away and unpack.
At first, like I said yesterday, I reiterate my condemnation for the killing of our troops and my commiserations to the families. I mean, there are pictures that are just out now for they humanize them. They had hopes, they had dreams, they had aspirations, and they died, in the line of duty for our dear country. And may their memory never be forgotten. But apart from that, there are many sides to a story. I think Dr. Abati and I this morning were talking about very famous Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's TED Talk, where she talked about the danger of a single story. And in a time of crisis, we shouldn't have the danger of a single story. What's the story about the military? The story about the military is the fact that, yes, they're going to react, they're going to find the people that did this, but they have not said anything as regards the sacking of that community, which we saw flames and everything. So the question we shall ask is, who did this then? Who did this? Because there was another tweet attributed, and the video was seen via a tweet of the village up in flames. Who did this? We must get to the root of the matter, and that's why I would like the Delta State Governor to set up a panel of inquiry, an independent panel of inquiry, independent of both sides, the military and the side of the village. And also, when the military finally gets the perpetrators of this crime, they should remember that we are in a society that has constitution and laws of the land. Any prosecution still needs to go through the legal process. I know, sad as it may be, they want to get their own pound of flesh. Their gallant officers were killed in the line of duty, but we must follow the rule of law. That's the reality on ground. So nobody must take laws in their hands. That's one part of it. And I know a lot of people are going to roar and say, oh, if it was your person that was hurt and all of that. I get that sentiment. Please don't get me wrong. But we need to follow the rule of law, because the only thing that is keeping us together is a respect for the rule of law. And without it, we'll have anarchy. So that's one part of the story. The army saying this is propaganda against their slain troop. That's their own side of the story. But in the bid not to have the danger of a single story and not to make the mistake, there's another side to the story. DRTV, Delta Rainbow Television, the state broadcaster, there was a news feature where some eyewitnesses in the community were interviewed, and this is their own side of the story. They talked about the fact that the army, yes, truly came for the peace meeting. They welcomed them, in the community town hall. In fact, they wedge cola. Wedging of cola is a cultural tradition to welcome somebody. And after the peace meeting, they said the military said they wanted to take some of their people off for investigation, and they refused. And they said they opened fire on them. But you know, in their own part too, they didn't give account as regards the ambush. That's their own side of the story. So now that we've had both sides of the story, and also there's another part of the story that says yesterday that the governor was in there, but the army denied access. So the question is, why are they denying access? And why are journalists not getting there now? Because by now, at least if we're truly ready to get to the end of this matter, we should have an independent assessment team to cordon off that place. An independent assessor should be there now. Journalists will have been given a chance, even if they don't want to touch the evidence, we should cordon every place off so that we have independent body look at it. In all of this, I've been able to tell the two sides of the story so we don't make the danger of a single story evident. But in going forward, we need to restore peace to that area. And this is where the Governor Sheriff Obori has to step in. We need an independent panel of inquiry to see what has happened, the remote causes, and we need to start building the peace in that area again. And everybody found wanting must be made to face the full wrath of the law. Nobody, I repeat, should take laws into their hands.
Okay, this morning in my column at the back page of the This Day newspaper, I've written an extensive commentary on the developments in Okuama, or generally, if you like, in Delta State, and the crisis that has now extended to Bayelsa State. I titled the piece, The Casualties of Okuama, and I took my departure point from a poem written in 1970 by late Professor John Pepper Clark, Bekideramo, one of the masters of that, genre in Nigerian literature. And in Casualties, he was reflecting on the Nigerian Civil War, 1967 to 70. And what he said in 1970, my argument, is that Professor Clark aptly describes what is going on in the country now. That when you have this kind of situation, a war situation, as it were, because it will appear that Nigeria is in a state of war, effectively and literally and figuratively. All of us are casualties because there is an assault on our humanity, on our sense of reason, and our relationships. And if care is not taken, all of this will lead into the kind of anarchy, anomie, chaos that we have seen. With reference to the March 14 incident in Okuama in Delta State, now there is a lot of trading of blames. The community is saying the slain soldiers came and attacked us. They didn't come there to arrest. They came there to kill. And then the youths mobilized and tried to protect the community. The military, the narrative is that these are soldiers on active duty on a peace mission who were ambushed by a community involved in a land dispute, and at the end of the day, 17 of them were slain, not 16. The photos and names released by the defense headquarters now indicates that indeed 17 men fell in that encounter. Now this speaks to, in my view, the creeping failure, the increasing failure of the Nigerian state. When you have a country where citizens that are supposed to be protected now turn on those that are supposed to protect them. What further evidence do you need of the failure of the state? I cited in my piece today that once upon a time in the United States, I was at an airport lounge, and then the Marines arrived from wherever in the world. The entire airport stood up to applaud them. That was, a case of a people appreciating soldiers, defending the interests of America and American exceptionalism. Here in Nigeria, we have found ourselves in a situation whereby familiarity has led to contempt. And I've complained about how using policemen, soldiers, to do police work has its own drawbacks. And this is one of the things we're seeing. Section 217 of the 1999 Constitution, sub 2C, says that, look, you can use soldiers in aid of civil situations, civil authority, but not on a permanent basis. How did we get to a situation in this country where soldiers are now getting involved in resolving land dispute? Where soldiers, link up with omoniles, land grabbers, land contractors. And then at the end of the day, 17 of them will get slaughtered. So it seems to me that what has happened in Okuama, now extended to Bayelsa State, along the creeks, along the Forcados River, raises a number of questions. How did soldiers get involved in land dispute? Who authorized the peace mission? How did the youths of Okuama become so empowered militarily that they could overwhelm a unit of the Nigerian army? And where does this leave us as a people? If soldiers are not safe in Nigeria, then who is safe? It means all of us are just dead meat. Anybody can just overrun any part of Nigeria. And that is why I think the major challenge from President Tinubu, who has personally called for justice and who has said that the defense headquarters has been given the full authority to get to the bottom of this, must also realize the importance of Section 14 of the 1999 Constitution, the need to pay more attention by the Nigerian government to the security and welfare of the people. Now, Rufai says the governor of Delta State, Sheriff Oberewori, should set up an independent panel of inquiry. Look, he's beyond Oberewori. He himself doesn't even know what is going on. Because if he had any idea, my argument is that the crisis in Delta State along the Forcados River reaching a boiling point would not have happened if he had any clue. What we have seen is that these governors also get involved in ethnic conflicts within their region. If they are from one part of the place, they will support the part, that they come from subterraneously, because we cannot provide any concrete evidence. The only evidence that we have is that these same people that are fighting, the Ijos, the Shekiris, the Urubus, in Ewu Kingdom, who are fighting along the Forcados River. This disunity doesn't get to the other room. You may think it's comical, but it is a fact. These people in Tamari, they speak each other's languages, and we have in this station concrete evidence of this, bedroom unity. When Efeni comes, I will remind him of how he shares affinity with all the groups. That's evidence of the kind of unity that is possible. But when it comes to land, when it comes to politics, the people of the Delta States, as is the case with people from other parts of the country, cannot unite. What we have to say is that the people themselves have the responsibility. All those traditional leaders, community leaders who were saying the soldiers did not consult them before they embarked on a peace mission, they have a responsibility to also ensure peace in their communities. As for what has been described as the reprisal attack, well, one part of it is condemnable. Those who kill soldiers, they should be found out and made to face the wrath of the law. At the same time, the kind of jungle justice that has been reported from Okuama to, is it Ugboroma 2 or something, in Bayelsa State, or Udilana 2, something, maybe I'm not pronouncing it well. It's also not justifiable. Those unknown soldiers should be fished out if indeed the military is responsible for the reprisal in those communities. Because one form of injustice does not justify another form of injustice. The reason we have a legal system, a constitutional system, a rule of law framework, is that people are not allowed under the laws of Nigeria to resort to jungle justice. Otherwise, we will be pushing the country to the brink. We'll be pushing the country back to what Thomas Hobbes calls the state of nature. And we are very close to the state of nature, where life is nasty, short, and brutish, and people are behaving like animals. Can the Leviathan wake up? That's the Nigerian state, Kwa states, and ensure security of lives and property in this region, this environment called Nigeria, for everybody, whether soldier or civilian, cladded traditional ruler, or white collar jobbers like Rufai Oseni. Everybody must be made safe.
Well said. Everybody's life matters, being it soldiers or civilian. And also, equal justice should be given to everyone, despite the tribe you come from. Yes, my people, even those people that are saying that they need a video evidence. Do you know that the soldiers want people not to take any coverage of anything that is happening in Bayelsa State as well as in Delta State? For you guys to know that these people, they truly know what they are doing. So right now, they are saying that what people are saying is propaganda. They are the ones that are telling the truth. My people, you guys have seen how our country, Nigeria, have turned into. Yes, so when people start talking now that Nigeria is finished, Nigeria is calm, like everything that is happening in Nigeria now, like is a show banker that I don't know where this country is heading to, honestly. I just feel sorry for those that are lost their life, their family, their wife, their children. Like, this is so heartbreaking, my people. Yes, I said let me bring this update to you guys to hear what Arise team said, and I hope you truly enjoy watching. If today is your first time, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updates. Like this video, share it as well. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now.